And now,
breaking news.
Ahoy, the news.
News
from the Weird
Wire.
News from the Weird Wire this morning. Let's read the snail story last, because that sounds like more fun. A tourist ended up channeling an ancient gladiator while visiting Rome's famed Colosseum, though probably not the way he intended. According to USA Today, the tourist, follow me here, the tourist in Rome is a U.S. citizen residing in Taiwan.
Gotcha.
Darn Americans, they say. He had climbed on a fence outside of the Colosseum in order to take a better photo. However, he ended up slipping and getting stuck in the fence's spikes.
If a fence has spikes, I don't think I'm climbing that.
If it has spikes, that means they don't want you to climb it, right? Which probably felt a lot like getting stabbed by a gladiator. The tourist was, this is the crazy part, the tourist was removed from the fence under sedation.
Oof.
So he was like, and rightfully so, being a U.S. tourist that resides in Taiwan, visiting Rome. He was probably freaking out, right?
They just got impaled by a fence. Yeah.
He was then, I'm sorry to laugh, that's not funny. He was then transported to a local hospital for surgery. He was then questioned by law enforcement. You know we have those spikes up there for a reason.
Something tells me those darn Americans isn't all that they said.
No legal ramifications have yet been announced.
Yet.
He must have been putting on quite a show, huh? A lack of faith wasn't the only thing a UK court found disturbing with one employee's workplace experience. According to The Guardian, a woman named Lorna Rookie was employed as a National Health Service blood donation worker. Has been awarded compensation after her co-workers compared her to Darth Vader. This case dates back to 2021, an incident in which Rook's colleagues took a Star Wars-themed personality test. She did not take the test herself, but a co-worker did on her behalf. Her result, Darth Vader, who the personality test describes as a very focused individual, which is actually a kind of a compliment, right? Very focused.
Not when it's Darth Vader.
Right, but he turned into a good guy at the end. She didn't feel great about being likened to Dark Lord or the Sith, who's known in Star Wars films for using the Force to choke people. It's a movie. This made her feel uncomfortable, and rightfully so, right? It's not nice. It's bullying. It's teasing. And she resigned from her position the next month. While the court hearing the case did not determine that being compared to Darth Vader led to her departure from the job, it did rule that being aligned with this personality is insulting. She was awarded compensation of over $38,000.
Well, that's where I take issue with this. $38,000 for being called Darth Vader.
Hurt my feelings.
Heard somebody's bank account. 38 grand?
Who paid for that? What is it? The National Health Service blood donation.
Well, and you'd think with that job, maybe you'd be compared to, I don't know, a vampire?
Or a mosquito.
No, Darth Vader. Here's 38 grand.
Yeah, it's not nice. He was more of a choker.
What's this world coming to?
But with Darth Vader, as long as you were doing your job, he didn't choke you. This blew me away. Well, number one, I didn't know that there's a species of carnivorous snail. Did you know that?
Doesn't surprise me.
Right? Wow. I didn't know they were out there. Do you want to take a stab at this I'm going to call it the Augusta snail of New Zealand.
Sure.
Okay. Powelliphanta?
Powelliphanta.
Powelliphanta?
Sure.
All right. The Augusta snail of New Zealand mates and lays its eggs through its neck.
Different.
For the first time, that unique way of giving birth has actually been caught on film. How big is this snail? I always just think of the little snails. Like as big as your thumb or smaller. I know there's big snails.
We call them zebra mussels here. Here they study them and film them.
But I'm hoping it's a big snail. The video is shared by the New Zealand Department of Conservation, which has been managing a captive population of snails since 2006. You know they're proud of that down there.
Cured cancer already.
Look at these snails.
They mate through their neck.
That is pretty impressive.
It's weird.
Well, you got that shell. It's remarkable that in all the time we've spent caring for the snails, this is the first time we've seen one lay an egg, says DOC Ranger Lisa Flanagan.
That was a thrilling day at the office.
Oh, God, they were fired up. They were text messaging, posting on social media. We caught the action when we were weighing the snail. These snails have got to be not tiny like zebra mussels. We turned it over to be weighed and saw the egg just starting to emerge from the snail. OMG.
Roughly the size of a golf ball.
Oh, those are big old snails.
It's not that big.
I think that's a big snail. No, people eat snails.
They call it something fancy, though. It's escargot. It's not snails. If you call it snails, nobody would eat it.
Augusta snail, a carnivorous. I didn't even know we had a carnivorous snail. That's scary. Will they eat zebra mussels?
Bring them on over if they do.
Right. Gives a whole new meaning to necking, doesn't it?
Please stop.
And we will. That, my friends, is news from the Weird Wire.